there, Scorpio, and welcome to your reading. This is for the year of 2022. We're going to look at the energies coming in for you when it comes to money and love. And you can watch this if you have a sun, moon, rising, or Venus in Scorpio. But also keep in mind that you have to go to your own intuition and ask yourself, ask your gut feeling if this is your reading or not. And if it doesn't resonate at all, just find another video that speaks more to you. So let's see, we're going to start by asking the cards and the universe about your money, finances, job, your material world, the base which we all stand on in this world. So we're going to look at all that touches upon your material world and what energies you can expect for the year of 2022. So what about your money, dear Scorpio? What about the material stuff in your life? What is it that we need to know here? All right, so you might have been through here in the end of the year of 2021 some kind of fight, conflict situation where you felt like there was some kind of war, that you felt there were no winners in this conflict, and might have led you to seek another job, or might lead you to do so, or it could be that your thoughts are circling around that you want to move on, but you don't know where to go, sort of. You feel that the future is unknown to you and you don't have really a plan. You just want to leave this behind you somehow when it comes to money and work. And there's a sense of frustration here at the beginning of the year because you don't really know where to go. You know you have to leave, but you don't know in which direction to go. So we're going to ask for some more clarification around this situation here. So let's see about all this. What is it about? I'm going to ask the cards and the universe to guide us here about your material life in 2022, Scorpio. So I think you're going to get some hot offer here. It's interesting because the World card is over this one where you're leaving something. You want to go to calmer waters. So, and this is a closure of something old and opening up to something new. There's often a gap. You know, life goes in circles all the time. And as soon as we end a circle, we want a new circle to start, but it seldom is like that. There's often a pause between ending something and starting something new. And in that gap, we can feel the emptiness and the confusion of not knowing where to go. So I'd say if you can relax into that and have some trust here, something really interesting will happen. And This could be interpreted in many ways. It could be that this conflict is about something related to creativity, a conflict where you worked with someone who you weren't on the same page when it came to developing something or doing something new, something creative. Could also mean that there is some kind of other offer here in the pipeline for you. And it seems like in this process, you might get the challenge of sort of juggle your finances, pros and cons when it comes to money, because you have to ask yourself what is most important to you, being well paid or being stimulated and happy with what you do. And I'm not saying that every situation is a choice between those two, because I do think that it's absolutely possible to earn as much or even more money doing something you really love to do. But in the beginning of something, it might not be as financially rewarding as you would wish. But I'm going to take one more card for this financial juggle here. What is it about? I'm going to have one more, just to clarify what I suspect. Yes. So there's going to be some fear here, because there's going to come in something new, a new offer, and you are really scared of making a mistake, being disappointed, and that you will have to leave, that you will maybe let go of the old and jump into something new, and that would be even worse than the first situation. So this is always a risk we're taking, of course. But let's see if we can have one card on the outcome if you say yes to this new proposition, this new possibility when it comes to money and career and work. How will it be for you? Could be, this card can be both deception and strategic thinking. So in this case, with these two sort of negative cards, I'd say that there's something hidden here. So you'll get an offer and it might look good, but it could be that you are not fully aware of all the facets of this or the aspects of this new situation. So let's ask for some advice here on how to handle your job and money situation. Some advice for you, Scorpio, on how to manage your material situation here. Difficult to interpret this. I'm going to take one more for advice. Please clarify what you mean by this 5 of Pentacles. So it seems like since this was the advice, I would interpret this as healing and not getting caught in your mind, in your fear-based thinking. So I'd say that the situation isn't as awful as you would suspect or that you fear. And okay, I think I'm getting it here. So you might step into something new that won't be as good as you hope for, but this will be a challenge for you, but it will really make you mature in many ways. This is a kind of lesson we need sometimes in life. You won't regret it, even though it might be a really challenging for you and it can provoke a lot of stress. But it's sort of needed for you to get in contact with some issues from the past that you need to heal and get through. So it seems like this is an obstacle, one of those obstacles in life we need to go through. They aren't really joyous to go through, but they're going to learn you a lot of things. This is what I sense. So what will it lead to in the long run? King of Cups. Yes, emotional fulfillment. There is something here that you, as I said, it's kind of like sometimes life serves us challenges that when we go through them, it's equivalent to like going through deep therapy. There is a huge and important life lesson here to learn when it comes to your work and finances. It won't be easy, will be challenging, but it will make you mature big time. And you will come out a much more stable and emotionally mature person. So don't be afraid to ask for help here if it seems too hard to handle. I'd say take support from a coach or a therapist or someone who can really support you through this transition of yours. And just try to look upon it as something really that you will look back on and value very high, that you went through and you matured so much from it and you learned so much from it. So life is hard sometimes, and we just have to say yes to the challenges and the hardship of life, because it's not easy for anyone, really. We have our ups and downs, and we have to accept that life is a school. So let's look at your love life. What is it going to bring to you in 2022 when it comes to love? Wow. I'm going to take some clarifications right away, because these are very strong cards and I just don't want to say the wrong thing here. So what about these cards? What do they mean? Wow. True love cards here. The Hierophant to me is much about marriage. And it seems like you might have gone through a divorce from a long-term relationship that thrown you into a complete new chapter of your life. And you're waiting for someone new to enter your life. And it will come. The Knight of Cups will enter your life in 2022, and you will be falling in love, Scorpio. It can be a bit scary because it's new to you. It looks to me like you've been in some kind of long-term, or you have something long-term in the past. And here's something new and fresh and youthful. Could be a younger person, but it could also just be the sense of sort of being young again, like teenage love. Something very new, something very fresh, something a bit scary, but very joyous, very passionate, and you will feel like a teenager falling in love, like butterflies in your stomach, and there's someone really emotional and exciting coming in here for you. We're gonna get some advice on your love life here. How to handle this new passionate love. Okay, even though you might feel as a teenager, don't forget that you're not. You're not a teenager, you're a mature man or woman who had lots of experience behind you, and you don't have to feel like you lose control, because you're very much in control, even though falling in love is always accompanied by a sense of losing control, and that's both the scary and the wonderful thing about it. So it's two sides of the same coin here. But for advice, I'd say don't forget that you have all this life experience and maturity to stand on like a stable ground in this, and you do have a lot of capability to steer things the way you want. You can enjoy the sense of losing control, and at the same time knowing that you do have control. You're not like a teenager with no references to love and relationship. You do have a lot of experience behind you that can guide you in this a bit scary situation. But it's a lot of new things coming in here, both challenging and wonderful for you to experience. Let's have one of the Jungian cards. So 7. Card number 7 for advice here on overall advice for 2022 for you, Scorpio. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 3 of Swords in this deck with a bit of other interpretation than the classical one. It's about being idealism. So this is passion. This is about passion. As I said, there's something passionate coming in here. And when we're passionate, we can be both unrealistic, and we can miss the mark, and we can be blinded by something. But we can also, it's also a catapult for new ideas. And it can, when we get passionate about something, we can be more brave than we used to be. So it's a balance between, you can be self-deceptive in this passionate, idealistic energy, but you have to balance between self-deception and bravery, because there's a lot of possibility in this energy. So as I said, rely on all the experience you do have, and at the same time let that passionate feeling guide you, and try to find a balance between bravery and just throwing yourself into something new, and at the same time try to be also realistic and use all the experience you do have. So I'd say this is about a balance between head and heart here. So when we get older and more mature, we can more easily balance those two, and they can sort of marry each other. And when they do, we get the most out of life. So, well, exciting and dynamic year of 2022 for you, dear Scorpio. Good luck and see you soon again. Bye bye.